Solid day out there. A very hard 44 miles out on some very technical trails. Endurance is not really my discipline. I'm more of a gravity rider, so I always do this race kind of to cap off my off season and have something to train for. And I set a goal of between 3 hours and 45 minutes and 3 hours and 50 minutes for this race for today. Ended up coming in at 3:48, so right exactly where I wanted to be. Didn't have any major mechanicals, crashes, other incidents, bonks, anything else. I can't say that I felt good the whole time, but I didn't die out there, and I came through, finished strong, came back in one piece. So a really solid day out here in Grand Junction.
It was a tough day, but it was great to finish and to finish strong. I felt like I had a very good race, but it was tough. This is actually my 4th year doing it. I did the 42 years as an amateur and moved up to pro last year. So this is my first year doing it on the new rerouted course that goes down Gunny Loop, which was awesome, but challenging to add a few miles on at the end of a long race. I think I was in the top 10. I'm not sure of results, but I think I finished 9th and am really happy with that, right at about 4 hours for 43 miles of racing. I had a really rough start. I was behind a lot of people and it took me a while to kind of work my way up into the pack. But once I was on Butter Knife, I felt great. Felt good for a few miles of the long climb up Windmill Road, and then I started cramping, and I don't really cramp very often, so it was a unique challenge to deal with. But I also know the trails here, and I love the trails here, so I knew as soon as I hit Little Park Road that I could just coast to the finish and finish strong. Cramps and all. Yeah.
Off to the Kokopelli.
Here we go.
Bye.
Woo. 80 miles in. Don't be jealous.
Woohoo! We got a nice extra tan. Look at that.
Got done the Kokopelli Trail yesterday, 162 miles from Grand Junction, and yeah, it was amazing riding from sort of the desert up into the high alpine and the LaSalle Mountains and then dropping down into Moab.
I think when we got through the road construction up to the top, looking over the valley to the Fisher Towers, we knew we had an hour of sweet single track to wrap up a 10-hour day and 160-mile 2 days. It was pretty unforgettable.
The best part for me was just being able to do the whole thing. I definitely had some doubts, especially yesterday morning, knowing that we had 10,000 feet of climbing and 68 miles to go, and I had put 150-ish miles into my legs at that point. But just riding back into Moab after completing that was like the best feeling ever, just like a sense of accomplishment. And
so we camped at Dewey Bridge. We ran into these campers and we were a little low on food and they had a bunch of hot dogs, so I ended up ramming like 5 hot dogs in my belly. Kept me going the next day. It was delicious.